They've changed a lot about the COD zombie modes over the years. Today I'm going to cover the 10 biggest things fans missed from the older Call of Duty Zombies modes. Welcome back to COD Filmy, let's get into the video. Number 10, the PhD slider perk. First and foremost is the self-damage we all suffer from in regard to explosives in Cold War. This is a big problem for us and any of you who like to use launchers, explosive equipment, or grenades. For example, shooting 2 capsules of the Pack-a-Punch M79 too close to yourself can immediately down you, which is absurd, especially for how little damage these things do to zombies after the early rounds. So this is why the community is desperate to get PhD slider back in, a fantastic perk that lets you create explosions with your body by dolphin diving. Obviously there would have to be a few changes, maybe it would trigger on sliding with a cooldown timer, but this perk would have to be massively reduce the amount of damage you took from explosives. Number 9, items and equipment on the ground being more visually clear. The way equipment works in Cold War is a bit frustrating in a few ways. One, setting off stuff like C4 requires you to press the interact button twice, which is the same input for picking stuff up, and the other issue is how easy it is to miss stuff on the ground. In older games, equipment and weapons would float pretty high off the ground. Number 8, competitive modes and the 8-player mode from Black Ops 2. Outbreak is a brave new direction for COD Zombies, that much is clear. It basically combines zombies and Warzone and lets people experience the gameplay loop in a whole different way. But even with the new content, we'll always miss the inventive modes from the past COD games, and sometimes your group of friends who wants to play zombies exceeds 4, so it's always good to have options for people who want to play a game with more people. Grief mode or 4v4 mode from Black Ops 2 was an answer to that, where 2 teams of 4 competed against each other in the same zombies map at the same time. Imagine this mode combined with Outbreak, it'd be like a whole new game. Number 7, Pack-a-Punch weapons that are wackier. Cold War Zombies mode is a pretty big step back towards a more classic version of zombies. Black Ops 4 got insanely creative while getting rid of traditional aspects of the zombies mode, and while that game was a step too far in one direction, the way PAP weapons work in Cold War is a step in the other direction. Number 6, when the storyline was so much simpler. Let's face it, the narrative for zombies in Call of Duty games is nonsensical. Apothecons, Keepers, Element 115, Dr. Monty, the Shadow Man, Richtofen and Maxis, the Aether Pyramid, it's also ridiculous. It's not coherent, absurd, and impossible to follow. Number 5, AI partners for solo or unfilled games. This next one is something small, but something a lot of us have been pretty sorely missing. You can wait to play zombies until your group has time in their schedules, but you can also play by yourself and feel so inclined. The experience is different but still enjoyable, and some of you honestly prefer solo over public lobbies. In Black Ops 4, you were able to play solo while also being able to rely on AI bot characters who would fill the other 3 slots. That feature is sadly gone in Cold War. Number 4, specific characters for the map instead of operators. Speaking of characters, we didn't realize how much we've been missing the map-specific characters in Zombies. In Cold War, you are now able to select from any of the multiplayer operators to play as, but in most, if not all the previous games, you'd spawn in as a character who was actually part of the story instead of just some copy-pasted agent. Sure, some of these crews were forgettable, but most were pretty amazing. Number 3, points triggering from hits rather than kills. Another small feature, but one that a large portion of the community misses. Basically, in classic zombies games, the currency you would earn, whether it's zombie essence or straight up cash, would go up for every bullet that hits the zombie. Headshots gave more and so did melee. This led to some little strategies everyone would use, such as shooting each zombie in the head a couple of times in the first few rounds, then meleeing. Number 2, the map exclusive perks. Our next one sort of ties back to the whole map-specific characters thing, but we also miss perks that were specific to certain maps as well. Sometimes it'd even be tied to the narrative or that map or matching the theme of it. Being able to get every perk in every map of Cold War is actually a fantastic feature from a gameplay standpoint. Don't get us wrong, but it does sort of take away from the world building a little bit. Number 1, more zombies types. And lastly, we miss special zombies. Now in Cold War, there are tons of boss zombies such as Megatons, Tempests, Mimics, Manglers, Plaguehounds, Hellhounds, and Soldats. But we sort of missed the special basic zombies that would match the theme of certain maps, such as the golem-looking zombies from the 5 map and the first Black Ops. If there were a bit of design variation for the basic zombies that wasn't just zombie in a different outfit in Cold War, it would do a lot. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.